Hello everyone, welcome back to Baruch Nation. And as you can see here, I have acquired the Xbox Series X. 4K, 120 frames per second. I believe that is their speed of their solid state drive. I don't know, I forget, Velocity, I can't remember the marketing name for it. Something Velocity Drive or something like that. 1 terabyte solid state, which is more than the PlayStation 5. So you got the 4K gaming, 120 frames per second, that little star or the little asterisk. Let's take a look. Require supported content and display. Use on Xbox Series X and content becomes available. So just because it says that doesn't mean you're automatically going to be getting it. 8K HDR, up to 8K, high dynamic range. Once again, all right. Doesn't say anything about the 8K. Oh, and sorry. Require supported content and display. Use on Xbox Series X as content becomes available. So, if you have an 8K monitor or an 8K TV with an 8K input or output, I should say, right? With an 8K Blu-ray or an 8K video or an 8K game, which pretty sure we don't have anywhere, then you'll be able to watch 8K video on the Xbox Series X. You will not be able to play 8K games. Very much like the PlayStation 5, you will not be able to play 8K games. You'll be able to watch. Once you have an 8K display and have an 8K video or file, you'll be able to see 8K. That's marketing. And there's the V, Velocity Architecture. I remember reading that somewhere, right? Which is just their speed. It's the speed of, well, it's what they use. It's that in a nutshell, right? 1 terabyte, you're actually getting, I believe it's 825 or 865 or something like that usable, because the rest is the memory and operating system. So you're only getting 800. You're losing basically, I think, 250 gigs. Variable refresh rate, which the PlayStation 5 does not have, not at launch anyway. But we'll find out when I get mine in the future. We'll find out what their box says. And 4K Blu-rays. Now this is a lot more, I guess you could say, normal. I have, well, basically the Marvel movies are in 4K. I don't have a 4K TV yet, but once I do, I'll finally be able to enjoy my 4K Avengers. And I think I got a few of the Marvel movies in 4K, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll finally be able to enjoy. What's included? Xbox Series X, wireless controller, ultra high speed HDMI, which is just a HDMI cable that's 2.1, and wireless network capabilities. So if you don't have, it's a good thing it comes with the cable, otherwise I would have purchased it separately. But if you have a standard HDMI cable, you will not be getting 4K 120. You'll be getting your 1080p 60 max. You need to have the high-speed HDMI, or in other words, HDMI 2.1. Your TV needs to have HDMI 2.1. You need to have the HDMI 2.1 cable, and your system, obviously, in this case it needs to be able to display 4K 120. Moving on. Power your dreams. Now, I am, believe it or not, even though I'm showing you the Xbox that I just purchased, I am not a huge Halo guy. The last Halo I played was Halo 2. I know. But I am intrigued by the new one. And the fact that it's delayed is that's okay. I'm not like, it would have been kind of cool to get it with the system, but there's time. So this is the fastest, most powerful Xbox ever. And it's the redefined speed with the Xbox Velocity architecture. Play thousands of games across 4 generations of Xbox, which is backwards compatibility, something that Sony has had a little bit of issues with. I personally don't have a problem with backwards compatibility or not, because for me, if I want to play a PS4 game, I have a PS4, right? And if I want to play a PS3 game, the chances of that are extremely slim. Or in this case, if I want to play an Xbox game, there's Xbox Game Pass, but the chances of that are very slim. If I want to play an Xbox 360 game, the chances of that are very slim. I have an Xbox One, so if I want to play that, I have an Xbox One. But it's nice that, at least last gen games I can still play. And there it is. I will be getting this Xbox Game Pass. They only have it, from what I've seen, I'll see what it is online, but I've seen the cards that they sell, and the cards are only up to 4 months, I think. 4 months at a time. So, and I think it's like $40 or $50 here for 4 months or something like that. But I'll see what it is on their the Xbox Games Store. Because I think this is a really, really cool service. And there she blows. Looking forward to opening this up. And here we have the top of the box. And I'm gonna weigh it. I was already reading online that it's like 10.5, 11 pounds, the system itself. So I'm gonna do my my ghetto weigh and we'll see how much it weighs. I know this is not the most scientific weigh, but what do we got there? It's in the bag. And here is the bottom of the box. Here's the part that you don't get to see on most of the other videos. The teeny, tiny writing. All of the legal mumbo jumbo. You need the high definition, minimum 720p, variable refresh rate, 4K 120, and or 8K. So if you have an 8K monitor or screen, it automatically will have everything you need to play the PlayStation 5, and in this case, the Xbox Series X at their maximum resolution. If you don't, then you're gonna have a bit of an interesting time, because there's a lot of TVs on the market right now that claim 4K 120, but it comes with a software update, or that's not out yet. Or they claim they have it, but it has stuttering and it has issues because it's not their native resolution. So I'm waiting. I was originally gonna get the LG Nano 86 UA or something like that. And the guy told me, oh yeah, it's 4K 120. It's perfect for your next gen systems. And it has variable refresh rates, the VVR, and it has everything you need. And I was like, okay, I was about to buy it. And then I look in the store again, and they changed the display for the TV. And it actually says, no, I believe it was missing VVR, and it's like, it was missing something else. And I was like, what the heck? Right? So it was a 4K TV, and it can do 120, but it can do 120 at 1440, not 4K. And they're like, oh yeah, it's 4K 120, but like there's like a space in between. So it's like 4K 120, right? And it's not a 4K at 120. It's 4K with 120 at 1440p. Like it's anyway. So then I was gonna get the next TV, which is the Sony X900H, I think it's called, or the X90H or something like that. But anyway, right on the marketing for it, it says made for PS5. And because it's Sony, I'm like, okay, cool. Then you read the fine print, and it says with a software update, which has been released. But then I have watched a few videos, and one guy was using his PC, and he couldn't get the 4K 120 to work with that TV. And then he messaged Sony, and they told him, oh yeah, it only works with the PS5. So it's like, oh. So I'm gonna wait. Now that I have the system, I'm gonna wait and see, once more reviews for the TVs come out, what TV actually says it does what it says. Then I'll get a new TV. So it looks like there's no knife required. This looks like it's a two-hand job. So there are 4 tabs. So I opened one. And then there's another one, and another one, and another one. Right here. So let's get these open. So once you get all 4 tabs open, there she blows. Once again, that's gonna take 2 hands. So once the system's out, the box looks like this. And we have a card, which I'll get to in a second. I don't think there's anything else in here. Looks like that's it. Oh, wait. Almost missed that. It's gotta be somewhere to hold the accessories, right? Aha! So I was like, where's the controller and stuff? There she is. We'll remove these things. Be right back. So inside the flap in the box, we have the power cable. We have the high-speed HDMI cable. Sorry, ultra high speed HDMI cable. Looks pretty normal. Not sure what's ultra, but if they say so, like I figured inside might be blue or green or something, but we have the product and regulatory guide, limited warranty and agreement. This is the book that people usually throw away. You at least got to give it a quick look. To avoid jamming the disk drive and possibly damaging your disks or device, always remove the disk before moving the device. Never use cracked disks. They can shatter and jam or damage internal parts inside your device. Always return disks to their storage containers when they are not in the disk drive. Do not store disks in direct sunlight, near a heat source, or on your Xbox Series X. Always handle your disk by the edges to clean game and other disks. Hold disks by the edges. Do not touch the disk surface with your fingers. And, you know, if you've used CDs, I'm pretty sure you know what to do. That one is important. Where to put it and how to prevent the console from overheating. Let it breathe, people. PC gamers will know. Let it breathe. Ultra HD Blu-ray. And I believe the PlayStation does not have, I don't know if it has either of these actually. Might matter to some. To be honest, it doesn't matter to me. As long as I get my games. And the launch for both of these systems, I'm gonna say the PlayStation has a stronger launch, but to be honest, for me, the games are pretty weak. But it's the future I'm looking forward to. So, I'm not worried about the games. Like, I bought the Switch and I literally had Zelda. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, I don't have a game with the Xbox yet. But I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to download first. They didn't have the version I wanted in the disc copy. So I'm going to see how much it costs and the different versions they have digitally. And then I'm going to download my first Xbox Series X game. Also a game that launched today, November 10th. And it's a game that I'm very much looking forward to playing because I am enjoying the heck out of the previous game. I'm actually still playing it. I got into it late. But I am talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm currently still playing Odyssey, and I am loving Odyssey. And I'm hoping that Valhalla will continue. I like the RPG elements they've added. Oh man. And I'm loving the gameplay. And surprisingly, I'm really enjoying stealth kills. I am more of a, I guess you could call a warrior when I play RPGs. And I just get up in your face, block, parry, hack and slash. But I'm really enjoying the stealth, which surprises me. Because I'm not a stealth player. Like Splinter Cell and those kind of games, I have no interest in. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey has me hooked, and I'm hoping Valhalla will continue the trend. Getting started with your Xbox Series X. So here are your ports. I'm sure if you're watching my video, you've probably seen the big YouTubers, their version of, or like them showing you the different ports and stuff. But I cover everything. This is what comes in the box. So, and just in case, if you get it used, or if you lose it, or if it gets damaged, this will stay on YouTube for you. I don't know if that QR code's gonna work, but it has this weird like door hanger. But there you go. And this, it slightly surprised me. Slightly irritating, but I also understand the flexibility it could potentially give you, but I would prefer if they included a lithium-ion battery built into the controller and just charge you an extra $10. But it's all marketing. They make the controller seem cheaper, but then you have to buy batteries or buy the Play and Charge kit, which I have. And now that controller is $30 more in Canada. In the US, I don't know how much the Play and Charge kit is, but you just add the price of the Play and Charge kit to the price of the controller. That's the true price of the controller, because if you get the Nintendo Switch controllers or the PlayStation 4 or 5, everything's all built in. You don't need these little things here, right? You don't need AA's on any other system. But in 2020, Microsoft decided they're still gonna use them, right? On my Xbox 360 and on my Xbox One, I just bought the Play and Charge kit, and that was the end of that. So I've done that already. I have the Play and Charge kit. A video will be coming, and I won't have to worry about purchasing myself a stack of AAA batteries. I do get it though. You have your AAA batteries, your controller dies, floop floop, you take out the two, bloop bloop, you put two more in, and you're gaming again. Whereas with the lithium-ion battery, now you're connected by a cord. You gotta plug her in. Whatever length your cord is, that's how close you're sitting to your TV now. Or should I say, that's how close you're sitting to your Xbox Series X, because you gotta charge your controller. You plug your controller in. There's the pairing button. Something tells me once you plug it in, you may not need that button, but we'll see. And there you go. For the parents out there, limit their gaming, broaden their mind. Don't let the kids be the boss. You're the parents. Next in the box, this would be, oh, look at that. It's funny how, just like on my other videos, this looks like it came from Wish.com or something. These bags have become very common. But that's okay, it's just a bag. As long as it keeps my controller safe, even though it's more like keeping it from getting dirty. Don't give it to your kids to play with. They can kill themselves. Put it in the garbage. See that? Not really a plastic bag. I guess it is a plastic. I don't know what kind of material it is, but it's recyclable. But then they say put it in the... Anyway, whatever. Be a little difficult, depending on how small the kid is, to get this over their head. But, you know, I'm sure it's probably happened, which is why these warnings are now always there. Well, that's nice. So you do get some AA batteries. Well, that's nice of you, Microsoft. Excellent. Will I be needing them? Probably not, but that is like, mwah, that is, you're gonna make me use batteries and you give me batteries to use? That is what I'm talking about. Here is the back. Hear that? So it does have a texture pattern. There you go. Right? Right there on the trigger and the shoulder buttons. You get that texture. USB-C. So the controller no longer has that little micro USB. I believe USB-C is able to transfer more energy, so everything should charge faster. There we go. You can plug in your headset. Accessory port, I guess. Not sure what plugs into that. I do know on the Xbox One, they have a keyboard, like a keyboard that it fits right in here. It just clicks in there. There is your new directional pad. Very, I can see it's hard plastic. I can see with, like, for instance, playing Street Fighter, I can see these little corners and get your thumb getting raw with prolonged play. See that it's raised? So right here, your finger's gonna be rubbing against that. We'll see. I could be wrong. There's the new share button. Pretty much, other than this, looking at it straight on, it looks very, very familiar. It's not gonna scare anybody away. It's not like the PlayStation controller is a full revamp. This is an upgrade, but this gives it away. This lets you know if you're shopping for an Xbox Series X controller, remember, 4 buttons. Well, it's 8 buttons, but 1, 2, 3. If that's not there, it's an Xbox controller or Xbox One S. It's a one Xbox. It's not a series controller. If it has this, it's a series controller. If that's missing, then it's a one controller. They will both work on the Series X, and I believe this also works on the One X or the One or the One S. So the controllers will work. I believe either way. I don't know why you'd use this on the previous system, but I guess if you absolutely love this directional pad, I think, now don't quote me, but I think it works if you sync it up. And then if you can use the old controller, I think you can use that on here. It might be only to play the old games, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. Right, but it's a different, like these different shape, sits well. And then you have the... I wonder if this glows like on the old one. We'll have to find out. Doesn't look like it. But that's how you wake the system. And something that I noticed on the PlayStation 5 controller that I'm happy this still has is color. I don't know why Sony took that away. Just don't get it, Sony. I just don't get it. And now for the main feature. I like that. So it has a tab here. And the whole system is in this like black like wrapping paper. You can see the legs. Or the Xbox is cold, maybe? Giggity. Let's get this open. It really is wrapped like a present. Because it even has like the same kind of tape. It's like, who wrapped my Xbox? They should have a name there. Like, you know how like if you know the AMGs, like the people who made the engine, they write their name. Who wrapped my present? I know it's probably a computer or machine. More tape there. Oh. Little peek. Little peek. There it is. Oh, there's a disc drive. Built-in bass. I heard some people complaining about that. People, once a system is sitting in its home, wherever you put it in your home, chances are, unless you move, it's not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter, right? I don't even know the last time I looked at my PS4 or my Xbox One. They're in their place. I pick up the controller, I look at my screen, and I play my game. What the system looks like, it's such a small, like I don't care. It would be a little nice if it said eject. Anyway. That is the power button, and look at that. Oh, look! What? It's magic! No freaking way! Duh. The Xbox. Holy shit. Okay, that stayed a little bit. It gets rid of fingerprints. To a degree. Wow. I'm impressed by that. Uh-oh. No! I spoke too soon. I really wish that was lights. That's okay. What we got in there? I can see the fan. I think it's the fan. And there you got the green and the concave. You see that? How it's concave? See how it swoops down? Another vent. There's your legal mumbo jumbo. Then there's your USB ports, your storage port, or so I say storage expansion, which I will eventually be getting. They don't have them on sale yet, which was surprising to me, but what can you do? I don't think I'm gonna need it day one either way. I don't think I'm gonna be filling up 800 gigabytes of storage right off the bat, but it is nice to know that I can get that additional 1 terabyte. Maybe they'll release more than 1 terabytes. We'll see. And comparing the pricing, people are complaining how expensive it is. If you're a PC gamer, it's not expensive at all. That is like standard fare. That is the average price of internal 1 terabyte storage, SSD especially. So people are complaining, oh, it's so expensive. Well, hobbies aren't cheap. What can I say, right? It is what it is. Hobbies aren't cheap. It's pretty simple. Like, I like it. It's like a monolith. It's just simple. And it's, I guess, technically not a box, but I guess X rectangle wouldn't sound as good. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to orientate the system, but this is how it looks when it's on its side. This is where the legs would be here. It'd be standing on these legs more or less. Here's the base. And, it has like a, it's plastic all around. It doesn't really have a rubber grip or anything on it. Or is it? No, it's plastic. Pretty sure it's plastic. But there is the base. It'll be to one side. Up on top, you'll see it says Xbox. And here's all the ports. They're now the right. Well, I guess either way they're the right, but now you can read them properly. So it's like, is this how? Either way is fine, right? And if you look at it from the right angle, you see the green inserts. And we're back to the front. I was gonna wear gloves when handling the matte black box, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? That's not realistic. I don't wear gloves inside my house. If it's gonna get fingerprints, it's gonna get fingerprints. That's just the reality of it. So it's now broken in. It now has fingerprints on it. It's mine. My DNA. My Xbox. I can obviously wipe it down later. But I am gonna go and plug this bad boy in. I'll have a review. Maybe I'll do a boot up video after. But I think this video is long enough. Thank you for joining me on the unboxing of my brand new Xbox Series X. I guess you can technically call it Edition 1, even though they never released an Edition 1, which they should have, because that's exactly what this is. It's a pre-order, and it's a day one. This is the 10th of November, 2020. So this is, I guess you can say, the Edition 1 or Day 1 edition or the Day 1 version of. It'd be nice if they had added a second USB. But anyway, Day 1 version of the Xbox Series X. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. And I'll see you, or I guess you'll hear me, in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.